Alright guys, so this is the start of the first round of the Sizzling Summer Series. Pretty much just decided that from the gun I was just going to sit on the front and, I don't know, just start pushing the watts. I didn't want to start off super slow just because, you know, I mean, people love to do that easy first lap. And I was like, nah, not doing that this time. Going to do it nice and fast and we'll get this race off pretty quickly. I didn't know the capabilities of all the girls in the race, and I didn't really have a game plan really. I did want to, you know, try a breakaway. It wasn't going to happen in these conditions with the wind being so bad, but you know, I was just there to see what happened. But we'll see Steve on the left. There he is. And then yeah, I didn't want to try too many things. Just going to see how everyone raced and yeah. So yeah, so we're coming into the back straight. This is about a couple of laps in. Decided to sit behind this girl. Very good wind blocker. She ended up coming fourth. I threw on the line and ended up taking the third place. But this back straight and into the finish straight, it was super windy. So it was really good to just sit behind someone for a little bit. As you can see, I'm not really pushing the watts, and it's super easy to go to just sit behind someone just another person. Doesn't matter how big or small they are. It's super easy. As you can see, sitting behind this other girl, she's a little bit smaller. I'm pushing the watts a little bit harder, but she ended up getting dropped from the race. The heat was really hard, and it was super easy to get tired, and your heart rate goes up super quick. So she is pulling off to the side, and I'm like, no, I don't want to be into the headwind for the straight. I think that was her plan. One of the ladies was beside me for some reason, and she tried to take that wheel, but wasn't really having a bar of it. But yeah, coming into this straight, it's really windy when you're on your own. You push well over 250 watts, and I didn't see, as you can see, just straight up pushing 250 watts as soon as she pulls off. But yeah, so coming into another, it's probably about 8 minutes into the race now. The race is 25 minutes, and here we go. This chick decides to do a breakaway, and I was like, well, off you go, have a crack. Didn't really want to chase her, but I didn't want to ease off and let her go because the race was only 25 minutes. We couldn't just let someone go off the front. I was like, okay, see you later. I'll let you go for a little bit longer. I mean, I do ramp up the watts along this back straight because, I mean this side, because there is a tailwind, and I was like, yep, you know what, I'm going to use this tailwind and push the watts a little bit higher just so that she doesn't get too much of a gap and then end up, you know, taking the lead. So and end up winning. But it is only 8 minutes in, so I really could have left her. So coming down the straight, she's well in front. You can see her down the road. I was like, yeah, this gap's getting a bit big. Told some other lady to pull through because I'm not doing all the work for the whole group. Said, you need to go and chase that girl. So I jump in behind her, and she does some of the work for a little bit. She does a pretty good job, and she reins her back in a little bit, and I'm like, come on, you got to push it. You know, everyone's got to do a little bit of work, and for the majority of it, there was probably only 4 of us that did the work. From what I remember, you can, if I look through all the footage, it's me, this lady, and maybe 2 others that go on the front every now and again. You know, so the girl that won, she was on the front once, and the girl that came second also once. So, I mean, it was probably just luck that I came third, but I shouldn't have been on the front for so long. You can see up the road, the gap is getting smaller. This lady's done a good pull, and so I'm like, yep, sweet, I'll do the last pull. So I ended up chasing her, and coming down this back straight, there is a really good tailwind, and so I ended up catching her after probably 2 laps, I think. So yeah, she wasn't too far away, but I probably could have left her out there a bit longer and let her suffer because she was gonna she's going to burn out pretty quickly with that headwind. She keeps looking behind her. She's not confident in the gap that she's got, and she can probably hear us coming up behind her anyway. So when I do catch her, I'm like, yep, you can sit on the front just a little bit longer because I'm not ready to do any more work because I just had to pull to chase you. So she sits on the front a little bit longer, and as you can see, my heart rate's pretty high. I'm just going to use this time to relax a little bit. I've caught the brake, and I'm just gonna get the watts down and get my heart rate down so that I can do some more in the race. You can see by the way she's riding, she's all over the place. She's pretty cooked, and she hasn't got much left in her. So if I'd left her out there a little bit longer, she would have come back to us anyway. You know, it's just something to learn from, and something that I know about this rider in particular now, and in races to come, if she's there, I'll know what she's like and know what her fitness is like. So it's all a learning curve every single race when you ride with different people. You just learn what they're like and what they're good at and everything like that. So I learnt about this girl this time. So people are rolling through now, which is good. This girl came second. This is her one time on the front, riding a Cannondale. Good on her. This is coming into the preem lap. So this girl sitting beside me, her dad actually gave me the footage of us throwing on the line, or me throwing on the line and getting third. Good on him. But yeah, so she's a good little rider. She ended up coming fifth. But yeah, I wasn't going to contest the preem, but we come around this corner and we're pretty level, and she's pushing it, and I'm like, God, I was on the hoods, and I was like, God, I'm sprinting, and I just all of a sudden was sprinting towards the line for preem, but burning some matches, but I ended up getting the preem, and yeah, it was good. This is coming into, the back end of the race, and I'm just sitting in, just trying to save my energy. You can see my heart rate's pretty high, but I don't know if that was from stress of the race, or just like the intensity of the race, or if it was from an actual effort I'd just done. It's pretty low watts at the moment, and but we are going about 40 k's an hour, so it's pretty good pace. And yeah, my heart rate's slowly coming down, and I'm just sitting in. I'm just like, yep, I'm gonna sit in for this bit and end up fresh. Here we go. She goes for another breakaway again. This is the same chick from before. I was like, we're only a couple of laps before the finish. I need to chase this girl. When I end up chasing her, I end up creating a bit of a gap. So I definitely could have pushed a little bit harder and maintained that gap, but it was probably 4 laps out. So I don't know if I would have been able to maintain the gap for, the rest of those 4 laps and end up winning, or if I'd cook myself and end up last. So, you never know until you try, but at the time, I didn't know I'd created the gap behind me. So I ended up catching her fairly easy. My heart rate has gone up pretty high, but I do recover from that fairly well. She's on the front again, and I'm like, yep, leave you there. You are cooked. I don't think she had anything left in her for the rest of the race. She might disagree, but she ended up coming about 8th. Yeah, so this is one of her teammates, I guess, coming in for a lead out in the last lap. She's rolling pretty hard, doing like 250 watts sitting behind her. But coming around this corner, I was like, you are doing nothing for me. You are not helping with the lead out, so I'm just going to roll through, push the watts around the corner, and hopefully no one gets me towards the line. Obviously, that didn't go to plan, as you saw from the other footage. But, coming around this corner, I take it really tight because I don't want someone coming on the inside of me. And as soon as I'm out of it, I'm sprinting, and it was pretty... I just didn't have the legs, didn't have the sprint, I wasn't fresh enough. This lady just takes it super easy from me. And there's one more girl on the other side of me, takes second. So, yeah, throw for the line, came third, rather. And it was a really good race, but, yeah, I definitely learned a lot of things from it. I hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. Let me know if you want to see any more. Obviously, I'm not an expert in racing or anything, so don't take my word as Bible. I'm just talking from my experience and from what I've learned in this race. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you like this video or anything like that. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Yeah.